this one was very badly rotten, and that one was a bit rotten. That one was rotten up to about there. I couldn't get a carpenter to come out or a joiner to come out. They were all too busy, and to be honest, I didn't want to have to spend the money. It would have been at least a few hundred to get somebody else to do it. So I've worked on it myself. What I did was it's going to get noisy now. Hopefully you can still hear me. I cut away there at an angle. I'll show you the angle. Cut it away just with a normal saw. It wasn't easy, and then I couldn't get all the way to the end of the wood, so then I had to use a chisel to cut away the last of the wood, and I pulled out the rotten door jamb. And this is just tannalised wood that I found in B&Q in the garden section, and this as well. This one is slightly bigger, but I will either bulk that one up or sand that one down or plane that one down, I'll see what. But this one is a really good match. Now I just have to do this side, and I've got 2 bits of wood over there, some dowel and some rectangular shaped wood, which is just pine. Unfortunately I couldn't get it internalised, so I have already put some preservative on it. I'm going to do that in a minute. I fixed this using leftover tile adhesive, and it's absolutely rock solid, completely rock solid. I was going to screw in and secure it with screws, so I did drilled 2 holes before I fitted it, but it's so solid I don't think that's going to need those. And on this side, all I did was patch it up with leftover tile adhesive, and I sculpted it with paint brushes and little sculpting tools. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better than it was, and hopefully I will make it perfect. This has been pretty difficult. Well, here I used a hot air gun, and I'll go over this again with paint stripper and a wire brush. And at the top, this is so noisy, sorry. At the top it's not possible to use a hot air gun because obviously the glass would break, so I'm having to use nitromors, and as they don't, not nitromors, just normal paint stripper, as they don't make them like they used to, it's taking ages. So next time I try to use paint stripper, I'm going to put the paint stripper on and then cover it with silver foil and see if that makes it work harder. This is the original Victorian doorbell, which I'm going to remove and completely renovate. It comes through to here, pulls on this wire and goes up to the belt at the top, but I'm going to take it all down and renovate it and make it really pretty. It's a little bit squashed here because of this render, and this render is another job. I might hack all of it off. Some of it I've already hacked off, as you can see at the top, and some of it's fallen off. These are the 2 sticks of wood that I'm going to use to finish off the door jambs. I've pushed tacks into the tops so that the wood doesn't sit directly on the floor, just that I've got a few millimetres off the floor so that the water can't rise up, because these are just pine. I want them to last. Okay, so I've just hammered this in and it's stayed in, so I'm not going to bother gluing it in or anything because it's very tight, but it sticks out a little bit at the top, so I'm going to use my chisel to just take that off a little bit. Okay, so I've chiseled a little bit off here all the way down, and it matches quite well now. So now I need to put the dowel in here to match up with this. and I knew the size of the dowel that I needed, because I cut in the wood, the door jamb that I cut off. So just a minute, my dog's going to run out the door. Stay there, stay. The bit of wood that I removed, I cut a cross section and then I measured the diameter of the dowel. So I'm going to do that next. All the wood's fitted now. I fitted it with leftover tile adhesive. So it's going to be really, really hard, and hopefully it will last. This is the old door jamb. This is the bit that I cut off. This would have been the bottom. This would have sat on the floor, and you see how much woodworm was in it because it was obviously very wet and very soft. I cut it off quite high up because there was also that there, and it was all split. So I thought I'd go up to good wood. It was all one piece. It was all made as one piece. This is something that was added at a later date. Just all one piece of wood, but it looks like it's pine. But yeah, it would have cost a lot of money to have had another piece made by a carpenter. So I've definitely made the right decision. Just doing, I suppose it's a bodge job, but it's a bodge job that only cost about £25, as opposed to definitely a few hundred.